Jonathan 的话，他对经济比较有研究。平常如果我比较少看新闻的话，就是他讲出来，他已经帮你分析好了。
我觉得 Desmond 他是一个非常 straight to the point 的人，所以你问 question A， 他就给你 answer A。
Future Trends 他讲的东西是蛮简单的，然后也是很容易让人去明白。来 offline event， 好像今天这样子的 event， 可以认识到很多人去交流啊，然后去认识到很多不同的 Web3 crypto 的朋友这样子。
如果想要学习投资 crypto 这方面的朋友，我会建议他们来，因为这里资讯很多，然后来的人也可以都是志同道合的朋友嘛。你要学到最快，你就要跟对的人学，也要跟一起有一样的志向的朋友一起学。
Hey everyone, if you guys can hear me, if you can hear me well, just go ahead and type in number 1 in the chat. Just wanted to make sure my voice is loud and clear before we get started. Okay, please type in number 1. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, today it's not just me, my partner, co-founder of Future Trends, Mr. Jonathan Quack is also here.
Hey, hi guys. If you guys can hear me, type on the chat JQ. All right.
Well, welcome to day number 3 of the 3 days crypto profits challenge. I've got good news for you guys. I'm not sure if you all seen some of our trades, especially those of you who are already in Future Trends. We have a very good day today, Jonathan, right? In fact, my FTM trade is already up 175%, as you all saw. I know Jonathan also bought a lot of spot for FTM. We also bought a lot of spot. So in short, we're doing really, really well. I'm just wondering if you guys actually saw our FTM trade as well that we sent to WhatsApp. If you all saw it, can you type in FTM in the chat? I just wanted to know, right? And one of the reasons why we wanted to communicate with a lot of you guys through WhatsApp is because how many of you would agree that sometimes the trade, it has to come instantly to you. It must come quickly to you. Like we cannot send you an email where you only check twice a day and wait for you to open the email because the market is not going to wait for you. If you understand where I'm going, if you understand what I'm saying, please type in U for understand, right? In fact, how many of you remember the alpha that I shared last night? If you remember the alpha that I shared last night, can you let me know what token was that? What was the token? What was the cryptocurrency project? What was the crypto? Anyone can remember? Last night, if you stay until the very end, okay? What was the name? Correct, Near. Can anyone tell me what happened to Near today? Up or down? Right? Up or down? Right? Up or down? Let me know.
Ravin made money on both. Just curious, how many of you also made money on both? If you made money on both, type on the chat money, okay? All right, man. Great, man.
You see, I always believe that there are a lot of people that talk and say, oh, I can do it, I'm going to do it, but they end up not doing it, right? But I personally think that you guys, you know, for those of you who took action, whether you trade or don't trade, but as long as you give it a try, for me, that's the most important thing. Congratulations. I just wanted to say that. In fact, I'd like to do a quick review of yesterday. Number 1, how many of you here, you actually did your assignment, you did your homework, you actually did some trades? If that's you, you did your trades, type in trade in the chat. I want to know. Okay, just go and type in trade in the chat, right? Very, very good. Fantastic. If you open trade, that's fantastic. Again, I just want to remind you guys, this is already the 3rd day. We're not newbies here anymore. So please, please, please put your questions into the Q&A so that my team is here to assist you, right? Because I don't want you to go out there and be like, oh, you know, I went to this 3-day challenge organized by Future Trends. I tried to ask question in the chat. Jonathan totally ignored me and Desmond totally ignored me. Yeah, I'm going to totally ignore you if you type it into the chat, okay? So please put it into the Q&A. Is that cool with you guys? If that's cool, you understand how to make this work together so that we all can benefit from this, please type in yes so I know, okay? The question still comes into the chat. Please type into the Q&A. There is a Q&A box, right? We enabled it for you, okay? Now, I just want to remind you again, now, when you open up those trades, you might be wondering, Desmond, I'm only making $1, I'm making $2, I'm making $3. That, to me, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is, are you gaining experience? How many of you gained some experiences from the simple assignment that was given to you? If that was you, you gained some experience, type in me in the chat, right? Remember, I said this, successful traders, they don't only learn new strategies, new information, but they also try to always gain more experience. Okay. Now, number two, let's just curious, how many of you made some money between yesterday and now? Right? If you make some money between yesterday and now, type in money in the chat. I just really curious. Maybe on your own trades, maybe you traded some, Dogecoin yesterday, right? Maybe some of you traded near. As I mentioned, there was an alpha for you guys. I asked you guys to enter near at, in fact, $4.40. How many of you remember? My personal entry was $4.40. I'm just going to show you. Okay. How we saw this was very simple. I saw big players. I saw smart money were buying a lot of near here. Boom, boom, boom. The moment it hits above here, we entry around these dotted lines here, and bam, the rest is history, right? So if you enjoy the near trade, go and type in love it. Type in love it. Just wanted to know. Okay, type in love it. I just wanted to know. Okay. Really good. Later, we're gonna break down. How many of you want to know how I saw near pumping? How many of you want to know? And for those of you who are Future Trends member, today we also traded Injective, INJ, right? How many of you want to know how I can see something before it goes up, right? If you want to know, type in teach me. Type in teach me. Okay, maybe I'll teach you. Depending on how much you guys are supporting us this session today, giving us how much energy, because myself and Jonathan, we put a lot of effort into making this 3 days work. So if you guys give us a lot of good energy, we'll give you everything we can. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a third question here, which is, how do you feel after opening your first trade? Just wanted to know. Can you just share with me your emotion? Right? I remember, Jonathan, when I opened my first trade, right, I was quite anxious. The numbers were moving so quick, right? And because I made a mistake, I opened like 25 times leverage. I was like I didn't know what I was going. I felt like it was a slot machine in a casino, right? I was a bit anxious, but I would say that after a month or 2 months, everything felt a little bit like plain, like straightforward. You know what? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like, how many of you remember the first time you're driving a car and you're extremely anxious? You're like, what if I knock somebody? What I'm gonna do? What if I forgot to brake? What if I forgot to do this? I put my blinkers on. How many of you remember the first time driving a car? You were just so lost. You were just so scared. You're so anxious. If that's you, type in me in the chat, right? Type in me in the chat. Same experience, guys. Exact same thing, right? But let me ask you this question. After 2-3 months of driving a car, do you feel a lot more comfortable driving? Yes or no? Type in yes or no in the chat, right? So this is the same thing. I want you all to know, I'm not expecting you guys to be an excellent trader overnight. It's impossible. Anyone that tell you that they can turn that to you and make you an excellent trader overnight, it's either a scammer or they smoke something and they're just telling you nonsense, right? How many of you agree? Please type in A in the chat. Okay, so I needed you to know this. And lastly, more importantly, how many of you can see that you can do this, or maybe on a bigger scale, maybe make more money? Instead of $1, $2, maybe you can be making hundreds of dollars, maybe $1,000, especially on a part-time basis. If you can see that potential right now, type in me in the chat. I'm just curious. I just want to do a quick survey. I wanted to know if myself and Jonathan, did we do a good job trying to educate you, trying to give you the best we could, right? More importantly, how many of you felt a little bit like this? Like, man, I never thought about it. How many of you felt like this? Typing me in the chat, right? For me, crypto has always been like this for me, and every day I'm learning something. You can ask Jonathan. In fact, we are still learning every single day. Myself and Jonathan, we spend about 1 hour to 2 hours just doing research and learning, and then we boil down what we learn, and then sometimes we put it into the Discord, right? So more importantly, how many of you took action, and then you really see a new world now, right? If you have this entire experience, you feel the same as, this image here, right here. Type in me too. Type in me too. I just wanted to know. Type in me too. Okay. Yeah. So for me, I really want to congratulate you, especially for those of you who did your homework, you did your assignment, you opened your first trade. In fact, a lot of people came to me and said that, Desmond, you're bullshitting me. Impossible. There's no way in 3 days you can convince us to make money in our account. No way. How many of you thought it was impossible on day number 1? If that's you, type in me3. Type in me3 so I know, right? A lot of people were messaging Desmond, if you want to boast, if you want to lie, you need to lie with something that's logical. You're telling me in 3 days you can get me to trade. I attended a 2-day course and I cannot even learn how to trade. How can you 3 days can help me make money, right? Let me ask you a question. Did I manage to at least I reach 50% of your expectation? If I did, can you type in yes? Myself and Jonathan, obviously, right? Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. And that's just the start. I just wanted you all to know that. In fact, for those of you who open up your first trade and you've gotten your result, you've seen amazing result. One of the things that we often do at Future Trends is we wanted to get a survey and we wanted to reward you at the same time for participating in this entire live trade 3 days trading together scenario. Okay. So I promise you on day number 1, I'm going to be giving you a certificate of achievement. How many of you remember this? Typing me in the chat. I just wanted to know. Okay. Right. So what I would like to do is very, very simple here. We have a Facebook page. What I want to award you this certificate. Okay. I want to award you this certificate, and it's very, very easy. We have a very humble Facebook page here. Please come to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Future Trends Academy. Right. I think I'll try to drop a link into the chat as well. This is a very humble, we only have one picture, so if any other message, by the way, I just wanted you to know that Future Trends, myself and Jonathan, we have a lot of imposters, people using our names to scam. Bear in mind that we only have one Future Trends page. The rest are for advertisement purposes, and we'll never message you. I, Jonathan, and Future Trends will never message you. You understand? Okay? So do me a big favor just to prevent yourself from being scammed. Make sure you like our page. This is our official page, okay? And then what I need you to do is very simple here. Once you're here, you'll see a picture of Jonathan, right? You'll see a picture of Jonathan in a post that is posted 32 minutes ago. How many of you here, you really wanted a certificate? Please type in C in the chat, because I'm about to give you the exact tutorial on how to do it, right? All I need you to do is very simple. If you have gotten result, if you're a trader, I need you to prove to me. So how are you going to do it? It's very simple. I need you to go to the comment right here. I need you to fulfill 3 criteria. Criteria number 1 is you need to mention whether this 3-day challenge is worth your time or not. I need to know, right? Because it gives me energy. If in the future I want to do this again, then at least I know, okay, I look back at these testimonials and I feel good, because I go through downtime too. I get upset too, I get frustrated too. And when I do that, I go back to the testimonials and I look at the testimonials again. I felt, wow, thank you so much for the messages that you guys sent me. It reinvigorated me. It re-energized me. So tell me whether this 3 days challenge has been worth it for you. Then the second thing you need to mention is whether you learn anything and what did you learn. I need to know, right? I need to know what are the things that you have ever gotten. Like, for example, you learn about shitcoin, you learn about maybe how we trade. We haven't even teach you the strategy yet. I just wanted you to know today we're going to cover the strategy, but you can talk about maybe the pump and dump, maybe you talk about the syndicates, maybe you talk about crypto in general. What did you learn? We needed to know. And then the third thing is I need you to attach, right, the result that you have gotten from your trade. It could be demo. It doesn't matter. If you're using demo account, I'm completely fine too, right? If you're on BingX, another platform, Maxi, whatever platform you use, doesn't matter at all. As long as you have anything that shows result, it can be any trades. It can be a Dogecoin, Bitcoin, any trade at all. Okay, you put it there so I know you have opened a trade. And what I'm going to do is that I'll get my team to message you on Facebook to let you know that, hey, we'll be preparing this certificate for you and we'll be sending it to you through Facebook. Okay, easy. Okay, if you guys you understand the instructions so far, please type in U for understand. I will repeat one more time, right? My team already put the link in the chat. So when you go to this picture, you must comment in this picture, not another picture, only this picture. You must comment right here, right? Like it, right? And I need you to make sure, right, to fulfill the 3 criteria. Whether, number 1, whether the 3 days challenge is worth it, right? Number 2, what did you learn? Did you learn anything? And number 3, the results. I need to see results. As I say on day number 1, I'm a result-oriented guy. I don't care. Oh, I've learned the oceans and the lands, good for you. But the only thing I care is, have you gotten any result? That is the only thing. That is the only thing we care. And remember, this will be the only time our Future Trends team will message you is for your certificate. We will not sell you anything. We will not try to ask you to join any trading bot or AI thingy at all. You get what I'm saying? If you understand, please type in you, because there's a lot of scammers out there pretending to be us. I just wanted to protect you, right? If anything that's unsure, you can always message me and Jonathan on Instagram. We will verify for you. Okay, cool. Easy. Please type in E for easy so I know, okay? So I'm going to go back to the lesson here. While you're typing, while you're submitting, just keep on listening. I need you to multitask a little bit so that we can make sure that we don't overshoot today in terms of timing again. I want you to know that your trading journey has only gotten started. Now, let me just ask you a question here for those of you who are brand new. Okay, if you're brand new, you feel like you're a newbie, please type in new in the chat, right? If you consider yourself a newbie, you're very new to this industry or this whole entire trading thingy, right? Or crypto, type in new. To be honest with you, let me ask you this question. Did you find it a little bit challenging being new? If yes, type in yes in the chat, right? But let me ask you this question. Do you find it impossible or possible? Impossible, type in I, possible, type in P, right? possible, right? In fact, what if I tell you someone who I thought was impossible could even do it? In fact, Jonathan, maybe you want to share a little bit about someone that you recently just stumbled upon, right? Who was not supposed to be doing this, not supposed to be doing well in this, but went against all odds.
Yeah, sure. In fact, this happened just 2 days ago on Tuesday, on your day one of this 3 days challenge. Now, the day before, I actually had a friend who called me and she said, "Hey, Jonathan, I'm meeting a friend." And I said, "Okay, so what's so interesting about your friend?" And she said, "My friend is blind." And I said, "Okay, so what's so interesting about your blind friend?" And she said, "This friend of mine, she's blind and she's a full-time trader." Now, how many of you will think that it's impossible to do trading on your phone if you're blind? If you agree with that, type on the chat A, okay? If you think if it's impossible for someone who's blind, okay, to learn trading on the phone, okay, type on chat A. In fact, never studied finance before, never understood anything about blockchain technology before, he's now a full-time trader. So what happened was, she called me on Monday. On Tuesday, I actually went out. I met this gentleman. I want to show you this gentleman, as you can see over here. This is the gentleman. His name is Jeff. Okay, can everyone type on the chat Jeff? Jeff. Okay, so his name is Jeff. When I met him, I was very concerned, right? Because he's blind. And I started talking to him, and then after I spoke to him, I was very amazed. I asked him, "Jeff, can I record you? Can I record a conversation?" Because I feel that many people learn from this. Now, how many of you love to be able to see how Jeff trades as a blind person, right? If you'd like to see that, type on the chat, please. Okay, if you'd like to see that, type on the chat, please. Okay. Wait, yeah, let me just share it with sound. Okay, cool. So what I did was I actually recorded a conversation. This whole thing will be an 8 minutes long video, but I'm only going to show you 1 minute. I'm only going to show you the part where I asked him, "How do you trade?" Okay. And this is what he did. This is what he showed me. This entire video is 8 minutes, but I'm only going to show you 1 minute. Okay. The things that I don't get it is, how do you trade when you cannot see? Can you do a demonstration of how you trade with your phone?
Sure. Okay, actually let me explain first, okay, before I show the demo. Like in my phone, right, okay, there is actually a screen reader that will read everything on the screen, okay? Just a moment. So for example, right, I will open Binance or Bybit, okay? So as you can see, okay, I don't need to see the screen, okay? But I can open Bybit. How? It's because of there is a screen reading software that read everything on my screen. Yeah, and as you can see, we can go to derivative and all these things without any problem, even though I'm blind.
Isn't that amazing, guys? If you thought it was pretty amazing, share with me how you feel. Okay, share me how you feel. Yeah, absolutely legendary, crazy, impressed. Wow. How many of you are inspired right now? You realize that, oh my God, there's so much more that I can do. If you start to feel that way, type on the chat. I'm in, right? No more excuses now, right? Mind blown, right? Yeah, he's a full-time trader. Okay, we traded together. We were looking at, we were discussing trades together. Now we even have a WhatsApp group. I will send him some of the coins that I'm looking at, and he will study the tokenomics. We actually discussed, and recently we made a trade together. We actually bought a coin together. Okay, how he says stop loss, take profit. He also can do stop loss and take profit. Yeah, just to let you know. Okay, so he even understands what is the meaning of funding rate. These are things that a lot of newbies don't even know. Okay. So I want to show you this video, right? Because I hope this inspires you. Because very often many people tell me this, Jonathan, I don't understand finance. I got no time. It's very complicated. Okay. And then they every day pray. They say, God, please bless me. And then my point of view is God really bless you with a pair of eyes. If you still want to learn, what the hell are you doing? Okay. How many agree with that? If you agree with that, type on chat A. Okay. And then some people tell me, they say, yeah, you don't understand. Okay. My life is very, is disastrous. I got a lot of issues. My wife angry with me. My mother-in-law is angry with me, right? I have a lot of problems. But guys, how many agree, right? His problem is way bigger than yours. If you agree with that, time I chat yes. Yeah. Some people say you don't know, you're not a father. I've got 9 children. Okay. You don't know how crazy they are. Right, but his problem is way bigger than yours. He can't even see, but he can trade. He's a full-time trader, and he was sharing me certain months he make 5 figures per month. Okay, how many of you feel pretty ashamed, right? That he's actually making 5 figures per month. Okay, not consistent, but few months, right? There are few months he's making 5 figures. Okay, so I hope that you guys are inspired, and you guys are. You guys are having a very different thoughts right now. I'm finalizing the YouTube video I had with him. How many of you, once my YouTube video is ready, you love to watch it? If you love to watch it, type on the chat yes. Okay. If you love to watch the YouTube video, I will share with you guys. Actually, at Future Trends, we have a YouTube channel, but at this point of time, our YouTube channel is mostly in Chinese. Now, thank God, Jeff is a banana. He can't speak Chinese. So, for Jeff, this video was done in English, okay? So I would like to have my team to send the link on the chat. I want you guys to click into that link, and I want you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? This weekend, Saturday or Sunday, okay? Saturday or Sunday, our YouTube video will be out, okay? So you guys can go to this video. You guys can type Future Trends Official on your YouTube. Go and subscribe to our channel, right? Subscribe to our channel, okay? Yeah, subscribe to our channel, and then make sure this Saturday, Sunday, when you get the video, is only gonna be around 8 minutes. Okay, I really hope that you take the 8 minutes off to watch this video, and I really hope it will inspire you further. Okay, once you click subscribe already, can you help me type on the chat S? Yeah, type on the chat S, which means you already subscribed. All right, very good, cool. Okay. Good. All right. Okay, I'm going to pass the stage back to you, Desmond.
Okay, no worries. So hopefully you guys can subscribe and make sure to turn on your bell notification as well so you don't miss the video that we purposely filmed with Jeff. Again, I read all the application yesterday. Some of you are giving me a lot of excuses. Oh, I don't have this. My internet connection is not quick enough. You know, a lot of like really, to be honest, a bit of a lame excuse, right? And I hope that really inspire you. Okay. Okay, now everybody, we got to go back to the content here. First thing first, we need to make a few quick announcements. Okay, please let me know how many of you here you are currently a VIP member. You're currently a VIP member. Please type in VIP in the chat. Right, type in VIP in the chat. Right. Okay. So that's fantastic. I'll see you guys later for an extra extended hour of training today. For Malaysia, Singapore time, that's going to be 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. Okay. If you are in Gulf time, my time is going to be, I think, 7 to 8. And then, you have to convert your time accordingly because I know we have international audience tonight. Okay. If you are not sure about the time, do message our customer support and maybe they can help you out with the time conversion. Now, how many of you here, you apply to be in Future Trends yesterday? Please type in me in the chat, right? The last I checked this morning, we had like 250 people join. As you can see here, 250 people applied to be in the English Future Trends because this is the first time doing 3-day challenge. That's why you see the videos are still in Chinese, right? But our Chinese version has actually about 2,459 people waiting to go into Future Trends. Now, yesterday I made an analogy or talk about a metaphor where, let's say if I open a restaurant, I only have 40 tables, I have 3 chefs, I have 10 waiters, but suddenly we have 400 people wanting to come and dine in my restaurant, my quality of food is going to drop, okay? And bear in mind that especially if a lot of these people have never eaten my food before or never understand how to consume my food, it's going to be tough for me because I need to educate you how to appreciate my food. And it's very, very similar. It's very, very similar to this. Essentially, what you need to understand is that there's a lot of learning curve as well in crypto. Right? I'm not saying that everything is going to be easy. I'm not saying that everything is going to be, at the moment you join Future Trends, tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire. Nothing like that at all. In fact, you need to commit time every day to check Discord, every day to see what's happening, right? So, and in fact, a lot of you guys wrote your story to me. I read every single one of your story, by the way, right? In case you're thinking that, oh, these guys are just, asking us to apply and they're not going to read. I read about the stories about your core G. I read about those of you who are single moms. I read about those of you who are in debt. Many of you got scammed by Triumph FX. Many of you put money into fake exchanges like the ACERX, like ACCERX. I read every single one of your story, right? I even know. Okay, I know what the name of your dog is because you tell me about it. You tell me about the name of your wife. You tell me about the situation you have in your problem that you're having right now. You tell me about the business that you open up that failed. You tell me about your best friend that scammed you. You tell me about your relative that scammed you. I read every single one of your story because you wrote the story. I have to make sure I did exactly the same. I have to do my part and I have to consume all of them to make sure I know who you are, right? How many of you, those words that I just say just now just prove that I actually read all your stories? Just type in yes in the chat, right? You don't have to say which one you are because a couple of you guys have Corgi dogs for some reason, right? Maybe you all saw because I'm a very dog guy, as you all know, okay? But I wanted you to know this. I went through every single one, and myself and Jonathan, we have chosen some people that we have whitelisted, and unfortunately, we have put about 10 people into the blacklist. Just not the right mindset. Just felt like you guys are not there yet. Maybe attend a few more rounds of the 3-day challenge. Hopefully, that will change your mind a little bit, right? One of the guys were telling me that, oh, when you tell me to enter near trade, it was 4.4. It was already too late. Okay, guys, was it too late? Type in the chat yes or no, right? Personally, I don't think it was too late. I entered at 4.4. Some of you guys are complaining that I gave you guys you want me to tell you to enter at $2. It's impossible. I cannot reverse time and I cannot travel time. You understand what I'm saying? Please. Okay. So if you have the kind of mentality, I cannot help you. Are we clear? Okay. So now, first thing first, I want you to understand one very important thing. I want to show you a video here. And this video is a story of a couple. In fact, maybe some of you even know the couple, right? Some of you maybe even came into this webinar because of the couple. Now, this couple here is very, very strong. They started out in the world of e-commerce, internet marketing, internet business, and then they came into crypto together with us, okay? Now, the video is also in Chinese because, again, we're very new in the English market. It was not intentional because we only decided to do English because everyone wanted us to do English, right? Can I just quickly show you this video? There's captions at the bottom, subtitles in the bottom, but I just need you to be open-minded and just read the captions. Is that cool? If that's cool, type in cool, right? Okay, cool. Let's do it.
So after that 自己去创咯，自己去register Binance and then 去投资咯，就是 futures trading 自己乱来and then at the end 输钱多过赢钱啦，因为自己乱去 test try。嗨，我是 Gerald。
嗨，我是 Amy。
So 这个10多年了，我们是做 internet online business and also e-commerce business. And then 我们的 business model 是 more on work from home 的 style， 有 internet 有 laptop 跟 desktop， 我们可以做我们的 business 了。
就我们在这个 e-com 是大概10年这样，我们已经从 single 变成父母亲，从 single 变成父母亲，那个时间就不一样了。那个时候我们只是会 focus 讲去赚钱吧，我们不懂要讲去赚钱这样子。
我还记得 during MCO 时候在家这 stuck 着Then 看到在 Facebook 我们很多朋友在 invest 个东西叫 cryptocurrency 的时候，就很好奇，我去message 我朋友讲教我怎样去投资这个 cryptocurrency 的这种东西 ，and then 他教我咯，去 Binance register 去投资。我第一个是 Dogecoin 我记得。So after that 我们就 focus 做投资 NFTs non-fungible tokens， 还是有 meme coin 跟 shit coin。我还记得 the past 1年多，我看到有一个 coin 跟公司叫 Luna， 它倒时候它 crash 时候，我看到很多人赚钱 profit from 那个 crash， 我不懂怎样去做，他们叫 futures trading 啦那时候。And then 还有一个是 FTX， 也是倒也是 crash， 我看到很多人赚钱，我不会，我知道 futures trading， 我不会做那个 technical 东西。So after that 我自己去创咯，自己去投资咯，就是 futures trading。自己乱来at the end 输钱多过赢钱啦，因为自己乱去 test try and then after that 我看到Desmond 我的朋友，我认识他10多年了，看到他就有一个 community 叫 Futures Trend and then 我就很好奇，我就 join 他的 free webinar， join 他的 Discord invest， 因为我们 很 serious 要去学。After 学，我记得第一个东西我们学是那个Korean Pump and Dump，那个 Korean Pump and Dump，Desmond Jonathan 一直学怎样去 shot Korean Dump 时候 ，and then 我们去 try 咯，我们 test try，and then 也是不错，赚到一笔钱在那边。After that 我们就一直 every month 他们有那个 monthly coaching， 全部我们就很 serious 哦，没有 miss 掉什么 training 什么 coaching， 很 active 在 Discord，and then after that 就增肌，我们一直输钱，现在一直赢钱了。
就自从我们 join 了那个 community 过后呢，我们以前所 try 的那个方法，我们就没有 try 了，我们就 try 这个新的方法。那么我们就学他们的方法做那个 Korean Pump and Dump。那么我的 winning rate 就 increase 很多。那么我就在 test 看放多一点点的本钱下去。So when 我放多一点本钱下去过后，我就看到很多 profit。那么就从大概10个 trade 里面，我的 win rate 变成 increase 了很多，而且变成每一个 trade 有 at least 500到1000的那个 winning rate 这样子。
So basically 在这个 future trends 有几个人我们要真的感谢啦，我们 thank。Of course Desmond Jonathan 他们两个是那个 founder， 我们就跟他们学很多。还有两个是 Danny 跟 Aaron 我们是学 scalping 咯 ，more specific scalping。Danny 学很多关于 mindset and also risk management 这个也是很重要的few things 啦，我们跟他们学。可以讲 few months ago 我们什么都不会乱来自己去 try and error。现在我们 join 了 Future Trends 的 community， 跟 Desmond Jonathan、Danny、Aaron 学了 ，whether 是 futures trading or risk management、Korean Pump and Dump， 最近也是那个Go 也是学很多东西，也是 profit 也是 increase 很多了咯。
如果你是像我们这样是父母亲时间很 limited， 又要照顾孩子，过后又要赚钱的话，这个是其中一个方法。在这个 community 我们所学到的东西就是，现在我们不单只是会讲去 reserve 我们的钱，我们也懂得讲去赚钱，这个我是觉得是最重要的。
如果你是要学怎样做 futures trading 学 invest 数字货币 cryptocurrency， 我觉得很重要是你要找一个很好的 mentor 咯 ，join 一个很好的 community，and also 跟对的人学了，最重要的，我觉得是这样。
Wow, how many of you are inspired? If you're inspired, please type in me in the chat, right? My objective with Future Trends is very simple. I hope that those of you who join Future Trends, we can get to make more videos like this, documentaries like this, right? Case studies like this, so that people that are given up, because I know there are a lot of gurus out there that promise the heaven and then they cannot deliver the heaven, right? So, and I know to get you started again is very, very difficult. And I hope that documentaries like this, can actually inspire you to actually understand that it's not the end of the world yet. You are just starting. Okay. How many of you agree? Please type in A for agree in the chat. In fact, before we get started with today's lesson, which is very important, can I just come clean and be very honest with you before we get started? Because I think you might be thinking, why are there so many Chinese videos? Why did you guys start in Chinese? And how come your English is better than your Chinese? Right? In fact, I cannot read Chinese and I cannot read Chinese. In case you're wondering, and neither does Jonathan, right? And I have to be very honest with you. If you guys are allowing me to be honest and be a little bit vulnerable, please type in yes in the chat. I know it's a little bit difficult and I know some of you are going to judge me, but I need an open space here, right? One of the reasons why I didn't want to do an English market is because having been in the webinar industry for so long, one thing we see in the English market are people are very skeptical. And people are very judgmental. And to be honest with you, when we started running the advertisement, how many of you saw an ad and that's how you ended up in this 3-day challenge? If that's you, type in ad in the chat so I know. Type in AD for ad so I know. You saw an ad of maybe Facebook, maybe on Instagram, maybe I don't know, right? And that's how you ended up in this 3-day challenge. In fact, you met us strangers and then now maybe we felt a little bit closer to each other now, right? I even know what your dogs' names are, so right? So but the tough thing, I have to be honest with you, is the fact that when we run an ad, in the comment section, we get a lot of people that are attacking us, right? We get a lot of people that attack us. In fact, a lot of people that say that, they don't agree with us. They don't agree with a lot of things that we say. In fact, they attack us. They said, crypto is a scam. Bitcoin is a scam. Still today, 2024, I still don't get it, right? So, but they attack us and then they say a lot of really like negative things that I felt like in the world, there's already 2 wars fighting right now. There's so much negativity right now. I as a very emotional person, it's very, very difficult for me to deal with something like this. I just want to ask you this question here. Do you guys get value out of these 3 days? Because a lot of the trolls that are commenting on those ad posts, they're not even attending the challenge, right? they're not even attending the challenge, but they already, because we've never done an English challenge before, they wouldn't have known. And they were saying, oh, this is a waste of time. Don't come to the 3-day challenge. They will just like teach you nothing, tell the stories. But you need to understand everything was aligned in a way that so that we can make sure you take action, right? So I need a favor from you if you don't mind. Is that okay? If that's okay, type in okay in the chat, right? Type in okay in the chat. And the favor doesn't need your money. I just need something very, very simple from you, which is my team and I, my marketing team are running the ads and they are struggling because so much hate in the world. This world is so much hate. Social media has so much hate, right? Can you help me if you can come on to our ads, our advertisement, drop a few comments about how you feel about this 3-day challenge. Was it worth it? Do you think people should give us a chance to attend the 3-day challenge? If that's okay with you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close up the chat right now to hosts and panelists. Can you do me a big favor, my team? Drop the ad post into the chat. If you guys don't mind going to the ad, maybe share your personal experience, honest ones. Even if you think that this is a waste of time, you can put it there. I don't mind. I just want honest reviews. I just want honest comments because I don't like when people judge me before they get to know me. I think it's very unfair. So team, maybe if you guys can drop the link into the chat, okay? And you guys can, everybody, if you can take like just 2 minutes of your time, just go to the ads and just drop comments whether the 3-day challenge was worth it. Did you get any result? Did you see anything? Was it worth your time? It will really be lovely. It will really change how we feel, how our marketing team feel, right? Because that way we can continue doing what we're doing and it can bring our ad costs down so we can continue doing 3-day challenge for absolutely free for more people, right? And in case in the future you see our advertisements as well, do the same for me, right? Because the only way we can actually lighten up, right, the world is to shine brightness onto it. And I really need your help to do that because myself and Jonathan, it's not enough. With you, we are stronger. Okay? If you guys can do that, just go to the link that my team have posted into the chat. We have a mobile link, we have a desktop link. Just go and drop comment, whatever comment you feel like is fair. I'm just asking for honest opinion. Okay, I'm not asking for good opinion. I'm asking for honest, how you feel. It doesn't matter if you say Desmond is ugly as hell. You can put that too. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing that cares for me is being honest, so that we live in a world that's full of honesty. Okay, if that's cool with you guys. Okay. While you guys are doing that, I just wanted to let you all know as well that for the rest of today's content, I'll be sharing quite a lot of strategies. I'll be sharing quite a lot of things. If I'm going a little bit too quick, do let me know as well. But I cannot keep repeating because I want to make sure that everyone can follow, okay? So meanwhile, I'm going to reopen the chat so that we can continue chatting to everyone. Today, we're going to cover a few very important things. Number one, we're going to cover about pivot point. So what is pivot point? Now, pivot point in trading, another word is called reversal, okay? Please type in the word reversal in the chat, okay? And make sure to send to everyone, okay? Reversal, or type in R for reversal. What is the meaning of reversal? Reversal basically means that if something is pumping, when it starts to dump and you see that it's a reversal, then it's a reversal. A retracement is different. A retracement is it goes up, it comes down, and it goes up again. Later, I'll show you on the chart, okay? So I've asked my team to actually send you a link to download TradingView and open a TradingView account. How many of you already have a TradingView account? Typing TV in the chat. Okay, so make sure you get that ready again. Later, I'm just gonna go and I'll show you really quickly. So how do we see pivot point? To be honest with you, experience matters. And I know you're gonna say that, wow, tell me something I didn't know, right? Experience do become the most important key element to seeing pivot point. Number two is the way I trade specifically. The way we trade is very, very based on how smart money trades. How many of you realize that in most financial products, including cryptocurrency, they are big trading firms, they are funds, they are, bankers, they are like big players in every single financial products that are buying the price up and buying the price down. How many of you know that? Type in me in the chat, right? So in trading, there are two players. The first player is called smart money. Please, everybody type in SM for smart money. Right? Smart money. Very important, smart money. So who are the smart money? Can anyone just tell me in the chat? Who do you think are the smart money? Right? So these are the professional trading firms, BlackRock, the whales, institution, exactly. So you guys know what they are. Basically, people with a lot of money and they're very good at trading, right? Market makers, absolutely, right? Correct. Everybody's correct. If you guys could just like send messages to everyone so that everyone can learn together as well, right? Institution, market maker, very, very good. Okay, ARK. Now, There's a second player in the market called dumb money. Who are the dumb money? Please tell me in the chat. Who's the dumb money? Aramin said we, right? Us, okay, retail, okay, newbie, retail, right? Me before future trends, wow, gamblers, wow, okay, right? So the thing is, dumb money can also be smart money. How? We just need to use their strategy. Understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Okay, type in yes or no in the chat. I would like to know, right? So, and third thing is, to be honest with you, you really need to know your coin. You really need to know your coin, because some coins I wouldn't dare to long and some coins I wouldn't dare to short, right? For instance, yesterday we long a coin called Near Protocol. Now, why do we long Near Protocol? It's very, very simple. Because it is a strong coin. But if you ask me, Desmond, would you short Near Protocol? Heck no. Why? Number one, we are in a bull market. When we are in a bull market, remember this, please write this down. You are more likely going to long than short. Most likely you are going to long than short. Understand? Understand, please type in you in the chat. In fact, right now in my trades, I have 0 short position. All of my positions are long positions. I have 0 short position. I just checked. I have 0 short positions. All of them are long positions. Why? In the bull market, the chances of it going up is higher than it going down. Yes or no? Type in yes or no in the chat, right? So if you know that a product is good, you will never short it, right? If the product is bad, that's when you go short it. You understand what I'm saying? So ideally, you find 5 to 10 coins that you're always researching, that you're always checking, and you focus on those 5 to 10 coins, and don't go for other coins. Okay, it's really simple. If you understand this concept, typing you in the chat, and you have to be patient. Sometimes the trade doesn't come in. The trade doesn't come in, and you have to just wait. Too many people are too impatient. They say, "Well, Desmond, you don't understand. I have to go work 2 hours later. I have to enter the trade now." Then don't enter the trade. Because not trading is also a form of trade. How many of you agree? Type in A in the chat. Not opening a trade is also a form of trading, right? So sometimes if you felt like, well, it's not there yet, should I open now? No, don't wait. Just leave it. Okay, just leave it. Okay, if you see the opportunity, use TradingView to open up alerts, so it alerts you when you want to open a position, right? And what I like about Future Trends is, to be honest with you, sometimes our members, they'll share a lot of community alerts. So I'll show you an example of what are community alerts here. Okay, because I think instead of me wasting so much time talking about it, right? So let me see. So for example here, this afternoon, I was watching this chart called INJ. Okay, INJ. You can see, I see 11:59. So that's about 4 p.m. Singapore time. So I say, hey, please watch INJ. It's injective, strong coin. If it breaks the resistance and forms a higher high and a lower high, I will long it. I might not be able to update here in time, so please monitor yourself. I have a alert here being set, right? But some people, they don't use the alert, so what do? So you make sure you're in Future Trends, you turn on notification. For example, we have Miss Lim here. I don't know if that's her real name, right? She just posted, you see that 2:53 p.m., right? That's about 6:53 p.m. Singapore time or Malaysia time, right? INJ hits 42.8. So guess what? 2 minutes later, I type, I'm ready. You see that? So this is what I mean by community alert, because sometimes you cannot look at all the charts, right? So you have other people looking for you. So a lot of people are always looking for opportunity, and then we make money together. And then Chanel is like, wow, you two forgot to tag everyone. So she tags everyone. INJ pumping, hello, pay attention. And then I'm like, let's go, ready, let's go. And then now we're actually printing, we're actually making money. Amy is here, you can see, healing it 600% almost, right? We have like Navix, 14.47, you know, and I think more is coming in the profit showcase later. We have this profit showcase where people will show their result. You can see, okay, you can see yesterday, you can see all this result right here. A lot. If I want to show you testimonials, right, it will take forever. I'm not here to show you testimonials and result, but my goal is to show you how it works in Discord. If you pretty much get an idea about how it works in Discord, what I mean by community alerts, can you just type in yes in the chat? I just wanted to be clear. In case if you have any questions, feel free to ask in Q&A. I'd love to answer your question, right? So one thing you need to understand is right now at this part of the training, I need you to prepare open TradingView. Okay, why TradingView? Number one, is free, and number two is that it's just a lot easier for you to see a chart. It's just a lot for you to. It's so much easier for you to see the pivot point when you have a bigger screen, when you can draw things on it, right? You don't have to, but it's just a lot easier, right? So I want to show you an example of a pivot point. You can see here there is a pump here, pump, and then pivot point occurs here, and then another pivot point occurs here. That's when you short, right? So you short when a pivot point occurs. But you need to understand one thing, okay? This, for example, especially this happens a lot in a sideways market or bear market. Suddenly, like this coin here that was dead, suddenly it pumps, right? And then it dumps, right? So how do we see? We see the pump here, 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 and then we see the pivot point happens, and then we short. You understand? So we only short or long when the pivot points occur. We don't just randomly click long, short like gambling. This is not gambling. You get what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, type in PP for pivot point. So we only long or short when the pivot point occurs. We don't long or short if the pivot point doesn't occur, right? So this is a very important rule because there is a big difference between gambling and trading. Gambling is when your fingers are really itchy, you have to click a button and you have to see the thing rotate like a casino, right? So for me, I'm not a gambler. What I do is that I wait for a pivot point comes in, I long or I short. But obviously in bull market, do we long or short? Or are we more frequently going to be longing or shorting? Correct, guys. You guys are smart. You guys are learning. I absolutely love that, right? So another one I want to show you is SDMX, another shitcoin. As you can see, pump, and then we see the pivot point occurs, and there we short it down. Same thing here with CVC, pump, and then we short it down, okay? But how do we see this? Now, you need to understand one thing. The formula is very easy. I need you guys to just pay attention here. The formula is all about this. Please take a picture of this, okay? MS plus TF. Please type in MS plus TF. Super simple, right? MS plus TF, right? Take a picture of this, quick one, or write it down, okay? You might be thinking, what's MS and what's TF? Well, it stands for market structure plus opening up time frame, okay? Opening up time frame. Please take a picture of this as well, right? So that later when I refer to things, you'll be able to understand. In fact, I want to show you this trade here. Yesterday, you asked me, Desmond, how do you know NIO is going to pump? Right? How do you know NIO is going to pump? There's two reasons. So many times what I do is before I open a trade, I will go do quick research in the market to see if there's any news, because news can heavily impact the price of a product. Yes or no? Okay, if you agree, please type in A for agree in the chat. So I want to show you our Discord here. I think I did show you guys yesterday, right? But I'm going to show you again just to remind you guys, since we're here. As you can see here yesterday, while we were doing the webinar, I noticed that there was a good news for NIO Protocol, which is the coin. So, which is why I put the fundamental news here, right? And what happened next is that I will go to the chart. And very often I'll go to the chart and I will see what happens to the chart. And then I realized that there are big players, there are smart money buying NIO Protocol. So let me ask you this question, right? If this coin is going down, why would they be buying NIO Protocol? Yes or no? Right? So I noticed that there are people buying, but there is no confirmation. So in order for me to have a confirmation, I need to be able to see the pivot point occurs first. If you understand what I'm saying, is type in yes. So a lot of people tell me, one of the complaints that I got in the applicants was that, how come you never long from here? It's too indecisive. When you're here, it's very hard because it might still go down. I need to wait for pivot point to occur before I long, because I don't want to randomly risk my capital and risk my money. How many of you agree with the same exact thought and the same exact sentiment as well, right? I just wanted to check, right? So how do we do that? It's really simple here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the chart, right? The exact chart that I spotted. In fact, I will open up a chart here. This is the most recent trade. Okay, let me share. Actually, let me do it another way. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me show you this one. Okay, we look at the trades that we have done. Okay, we look at the trades that we have done, and I will show you this trade here. So this trade here is going this way. Okay, I'll show you FDM instead. This is the one that we sent today on WhatsApp, right? So I'll teach you. It's actually very, very simple. You don't need any of this indicator. I just put it here just for decoration. So I see a bit of colors, right? Now, it's very, very simple how we do this. So what I did was that I saw a big dump. Now, when there is a big dump, you need to understand that if there's buyers buying it up, it's a good sign. So first thing we must do is we must understand something called MS. Please, everybody type in MS. MS stands for market structure. What is market structure? Market structure basically means we need to see that the price must move in upward staircase. I want you guys to imagine like a staircase. It must move in a staircase formation. If you understand this, type in staircase in the chat, right? Now remember, right now we're in bull market, so we only want to trade if it's going up. If it's going down, we're going to ignore it, right? Because we don't want to be shorting, okay? So there is a staircase formation here. You see that? But however, have you ever seen a price action or price movement where it goes like this and then it just goes like this? How many of you seen that before? Type in me in the chat, okay? So how do we prevent that? It's very simple. First thing first, we need to go on a bigger time frame. So I personally like to look at 1 day first. Now, when you cannot see in 1 day, that's when we go for the second part of the formula. Because right now we're in this part here. We cannot see much, right? So what we do is that we open up the time frame. So always remember this, the bigger time frame tells you the most accurate reading of the chart, but they are also the most vague reading of the chart, the most generic reading of the chart. If you're following me, type in F. Big time frame, vague, generic, but accurate. Okay, please write this down. Big time frame, vague, generic, but accurate. Small time frame is the complete opposite, right? Very specific, you can see the exact trend, but it's not accurate. Okay, if that's making sense to you, please type in MS for make sense. So now I need to open it up. Remember, Desmond said, open up the time frame. Please, everybody type in open, and then we're going to open up the time frame, right? So we open up the time frame to 4 hours. It can be 6 hours. It could be 4 hours. Okay, now it becomes a lot more clear. What I want to see is something called a change of character. So what is a change of character? What I want to see is that what I'll do is that I'll look at the previous high. So let's just say that right now the price is around here. Okay, right now the price is around here. What I want to do is very simple. I will draw a very simple line here. Okay, if you want, just for visual purposes. Now, I personally don't draw. I just look and I already know, right? But some people will be like, oh, I have to draw to see. If you have to draw to see, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll monitor this because this is the last high before it dumps, before it went down, especially a strong coin. So if a strong coin suddenly has a big dump, I want to wait for the recovery. Understand? Type in wait. Type in wait in the chat because we're waiting for the recovery. So the moment it taps our line here, it touches our line here, okay? The moment it touches our line here, this is called a change of character, okay? So if you find that, okay, this is very hard to see because this 4 hours, the candles are too hard to see. Some people prefer to see smaller. No problem. I will go and put 1 hour. Same thing, same exact thing. You can see the line. This is the last high before it dumps. Boom, dump. Actually, if you want to be even more accurate, you can see this is the right spot. Okay, dump. See that? Dump. So we wait for a dump like this. Later, I'll show you another trade. Okay, and then we draw a line here like this. Okay, this is called a change of character. So I'm going to label this change of character. Okay, the moment a change of character happens, it shows signs of a reversal. Instead of it going down, it's coming back up, right? Understand typing U in the chat, okay? So in future trends, we speak some weird language. We'll be like, hey, chalk is here, chalk is here. So people will be like, what? What chalk, right? So this is called a chalk, change of character. It's just a short word, okay? Now, then what we want to do is we want to verify. In order for us to confirm this is going to change to an uptrend, so for us to long, we need to open up the time frame further to see what's going on in this area here. Okay, so what I do is that I'll go to, let's say, 15 minutes chart, right? Remember, we don't look at one specific time frame. We look at multi-time frame analysis. We look 1 day and then 4 hours. Sometimes I look at 6 hours. There's no like strict rules that you must follow a certain hour. Okay, if you understand what I'm saying, you just look at whatever works for you, whatever is clearest to you, right? And then what you want to do is you will notice that now they are forming what we call a staircase. Okay, in trading term, this is called higher high, higher lows, right? But let me see where the heck is my brush. Okay, there we go. So it's forming a staircase. Do you see this? A staircase. Not a very nice staircase, but it is a staircase nevertheless, right? It's forming a staircase. So what do we do? So if there is a staircase after a change of character, all these valleys, all these gaps here, these are called break of structure. Okay, so I can put a label here, break of structure. The moment there is a chalk and there is a BOS, right? BOS stands for break of structure. Everyone please type in BOS, okay? That means it's time for us to long. So this is when you long, okay? So this chalk and BOS is the pivot point. If you guys pretty much get the idea, please type in U in the chat. So because I'm going to repeat with another chart, right? Okay, good. I'm going to repeat with another chart for you guys, okay? This is called market structure. I'll show you guys this trade here. This trade here, okay, very, very simple. Same thing, you can see the pattern here, right? You can see the pattern here, dump, boom, right? So what do? We know there's strong buyers here. That's why it stops dumping here. Now it's coming up, but I'm scared because what if, right? What if it dumps, it goes up like this, it creates a lower low and it just go down like this. Who knows? Maybe there's bad news that we couldn't find. Okay? If you understand what I'm saying, type in U in the chat. So to prevent from us entering at this level and then losing money here, okay, what do we need to do? We need to wait for, can anyone remind me what was it again? We need to wait for, okay, a chalk, right? A chalk to make a decision. So we wait for a chalk to come. A chalk is very simple. Okay, how do we see a chalk? Very simple. The last dump, all right? So what we're going to do is very, very simple. Again, I don't need to draw a line. I'm only drawing a line because I want to educate you, right? So I can see this is the line. So I'm going to use this chalk. Boom. There is a chalk here, right? Once the price move higher than the previous key point, which is here, the previous key point, which is here, that's when it's going to go bullish. However, remember, one friend hasn't occurred yet. One friend hasn't come yet. Who's the friend? And how many of you remember? Who's the friend? BOS hasn't arrived yet. So technically, if you're long now, can you make money? Yes. But is it risky? Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, it's risky. The reason why is because the BOS hasn't appeared yet. But if you go to smaller time frame, right, the BOS is also, it has actually appeared here. You see, it's a very tiny BOS. This is a very, small BOS. Okay, very small BOS. My English is down the drain today. Okay, a very small BOS. Okay, very small BOS. So it's going up. So this is a sign of an uptrend. Okay, so a long position is going to be is going to be a pretty good call here, right? However, remember what I said, smaller time frame, less accurate. So if the BOS appears on 1 hour time frame or 4 hours time frame, that is an even better trade, an even confirmed trade, an even accurate trade. This is pivot point. How many of you learned something? Type in me in the chat. I'd like to know. Okay. Again, please questions go into the Q&A. I'll take a look later. Okay. And that's how I trade Neo Protocol. Exactly the same. You see that? Chalk, BOS. I enter around here. Okay. Because it retraced here in a smaller time frame. Okay. And then I just got carried onto the top. Right. Easy. I don't understand BOS. Okay. Very, very simple. I'll just quickly teach one more time. Okay. Very, very simple. Once the chalk has appeared, once the chalk has appeared, the next higher high, okay. So let's say, I'll teach you an even easier way. When it dumps, and then when it recovers, the right side, the price is higher than the left side, that is a chalk. If you understand, type in yes in the chat. The right side is higher than the left side, okay, that is a chalk. And then it has to retrace. And then it goes up. This valley here, this gap here, this line here is called BOS. Okay, I'll repeat one more time. Okay, for those of you who are a little bit of need a bit of time to absorb, price goes down, right? But the moment the right side is higher than the left side, that is a chalk. Okay, that is a chalk. But it has to retrace. Remember, price will always have to retrace and create a staircase. And when it creates a staircase, this is a BOS. So that is when you long it, you buy long. However, if BOS doesn't occur, if let's say it goes like this, and then it goes down, don't touch it, leave it. Okay, simple. Glenn said, can you use BTC? We don't trade BTC with this. Too much manipulation right now, too much news right now that could affect it, right? We don't trade BTC because too much manipulation right now, especially with news and ETFs. So personally, our group has avoided Bitcoin for 2 weeks now. Okay. Is that cup and handle? No, not cup and handle. Cup and handle is something totally different. Okay. So if you guys pretty much get the idea, please type in yes in the chat. I'd like to know. So once you learn this, it will really protect your trade. It will really make you much more careful trader, and you increase your winning rate. Okay. So later, for those of you who are in VIP, if we have opportunity, we go look for opportunity in the market. We try to pull the trigger together and make some money together, right? Because I need some money. Okay, let's do it. So let's talk about whale hunting. And this is a strategy that I think is quite interesting. I think this is something that you might want to pay a close attention to. Now, let me ask you this question here. If you see an asset being accumulated by whales are basically people with a lot of money. Okay, do you think you also will want to buy the asset? Yes or no? Okay. And let me ask you this question here. If let's say I am a whale, I have $20 million and I want to buy a small cap asset, okay, right? Can I just throw in 20 million and buy in one order, or do I have to separate it out? First or second, type in 1 or 2, okay? I have to separate it out. Why? Because if I just spend 20 million right away, I'm going to buy at a very premium price because the price keep getting shoot up and I'm fighting myself, you know? So which means the price keep going up and then I end up paying more and then people keep selling against me and I'll lose more money. It doesn't make sense. So whales, they always buy slowly and they always buy very, very cheap when they're at the bottom. Please understand this. I'll show you a chart here. Please pay attention. This is AGLD. Okay, Adventure Gold. It's an NFT project. They have a coin called Adventure Gold. It's a shit coin. It's useless, right? Now, I just want to ask you an opinion here and your guess. Where do you think the whales accumulate? Okay, and I'm gonna say A, B, C, D, E, F. You tell me which one. Okay, there's only one part that they accumulate. Only one exact part where they accumulate. Okay, pay attention here. A right here. B, C, D, E, F. Where do you think they accumulate? Okay. Okay, some of you say G, there's no G. Some of you like ABC. You gotta be one of them, 50-50 chance, right? Let's go for it, right? Okay. I'll tell you, they actually start accumulating right here. Okay. This is an accumulation phase. This is an accumulation formation. Okay. You might be thinking, wow, really? How many of you type F just now? Typing me in the chat. Okay. If you did, congratulations. Either it was a lucky guess or maybe you actually know what you're doing. All right. So you might be telling me, Desmond, how can you prove? Very simple. Look at this. This is a 1 hour chart. Remember, when I say you want to see what's going on, you want to be more clear, what do I do? What do we do? Can anyone tell me? What do we do? Correct. We open up. Not open your pens, but open the time frame. Okay, open your pens for some other activity, right? So go to 1 minute chart right here. Okay, 1 minute chart right here. You can see. What do you see? Do you see whales buying? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Do you see the whales buying? Okay, some say yes, some say no, some say I think, right? Don't know. Yes, correct. Some of you saw someone type in volume. Was it Alex? Okay, yeah. So we look at volume, you can see. Let me ask you this question. This is a shitcoin. The project is dead. There is no movement. There's no progress to the company. And the price is at all-time low, at the cheapest price. There is no good news. There's nothing happening. But you see random spikes of buy volume. Do you see? Does it make sense? Yes or no in the chat? Right, let me know. It doesn't make sense unless there is manipulators. There are manipulators in this chart, slowly accumulating this coin to pump it up later. But how do they pump it up? Once they accumulate enough, they go to social media, they find influencers, they find celebrities, and they all pump it up. And this guy become filthy rich. If that's making sense to you now, type in, wow, I get it now. Type in, wow, right? Okay. Just curious, I know today we're only halfway there. Was it worth it? All these, I don't know, because I don't know if you guys will value this kind of stuff, because this is what we used to trade. And sometimes people say, oh, I don't like this. I want you to show me how to draw cup and handle, bow flag, bear flag, right? But sometimes this is important too. You get what I'm saying, right? It's like Illuminati, okay? Totally new knowledge. This alone is worth it, right? So how do we learn all this? Is, to be honest with you, it's because we trade so many times, and every day we open 3 to 4 trades, and they build up the experiences. It becomes second nature to us. So, and I really recommend you to do the same as well. And I'm going to share a content that I find pretty boring, but it's very important and very necessary. And I personally call it trading mandate or trading rules. Okay, so please write these down. These are very important. Number one, when you guys are starting to trade, especially in a volatile market, in bull market right now, my suggestion is keep your leverage around 5x, 10x, 15x at most. Okay, if that's cool with you, please type in yes in the chat, right? Please type in yes in the chat, because I know some people, I saw someone earlier type in 75x leverage. I don't have the balls to do that right now, right? Because I know some of you, maybe you felt like, oh, I want to go 100x or I want to go 50x in terms of leverage. Yes, you can, but you're going to be paying a lot in funding fees. Right now, funding rates are very expensive. And when you lose money, remember, leverage can be a double-edged sword, right? So that's why I only start trading when I see a confirmation. I don't just look at a pattern and say, oh, I think it's going to go up, and then I just long it. Not like that, right? I wait for PP to come in. If you don't understand, please type in yes, okay? This is very, very important, okay? So please, leverage starts low first. And if you feel like, okay, Desmond, I want to play bigger leverage, then maybe after you have opened 100 trades, 200 trades, then you go for it, because you need experiences. Okay, is that cool with you guys? Please type in cool in the chat, because I don't want gamblers here. If you're gamblers, then my suggestion is Marina Bay Sands have a very nice casino. You might want to go check it out, right? And number 2 is always have a stop loss. Okay, this is very important. Because there is always unexpected things that could happen. So for instance here, so right now, I will show you this chart here. Now, let's just say that Injective, INJ, this coin right now is very, very bullish. The price is going up, right? But we never know what's going to happen. Will it continue? Or for all I know, maybe the founder of the company did something shady, or maybe sold his own token, sold his own shares, or maybe signed like a contract that is bad, or maybe got into news for the wrong reason, and he just dumped. And if I don't have a stop loss, I'll lose everything. You understand what I'm saying? So, which is why now I'm going to show you how to set stop loss. Where do we set stop loss? So for us, it's very, very simple. So we long, obviously we're longing Injective right now. I show you in Discord, right? We're longing this token right now. So I open my trade around this line here. So where do I put the stop loss? It's very, very important. I usually use 1 hour chart to put my stop loss. Sometimes I use 30 minutes, depending on how long the trade is or how high risk the trade is. So this is my entry price. So I'm just going to label it like this so that everyone can see. Okay, entry price, boom. Okay, entry price. Okay, this is where I enter my trade. Okay, so right now my trade is running this particular direction, but I need a stop loss in case when I'm teaching a class, I'm teaching 3-day challenge, it just went the other way. At least my capital is protected, a majority of my capital is protected. So I will put a stop loss below the last candle. So for example, the last candle here, I will say is this one here, below the candle that I open a trade. So this is the stop loss that I'll put. I will, now of course there is a few different methods to put a stop loss, but this is the easy way for newbies to get started. So you will see the purple line is my stop loss. So this is my entry price and this is my stop loss. Okay, if you're understanding so far, type in yes in the chat, right? Type in yes in the chat. Okay, this is how I protect my capital. So in case anything bad happens, for all I know, maybe Injective or this project suddenly has got hacked while I'm away, while I'm on the plane, while I'm sleeping. At least when it goes all the way down, boom, it hits my stop loss and protected my downside. Okay, are you guys learning something? Please type in yes in the chat. I don't know if you guys value this type of content, because from what I know, a lot of you told me in the application, you need to pay money like $5,000 in Singapore to learn from a guru about these kind of things. Is that true? I think this kind of thing is common sense, right? Okay, wow, you should pay me the $5,000, right? But anyway, so what if the price keeps moving up? What do we do? Okay, if the price keeps moving up, let's say the price keeps moving up and we're in profits, right? One of the things that I often do is I will shift my stop loss. This is called a moving stop loss strategy. So what I will do is that, I will, remember my stop loss is right here, my entry price is right here. As the price go up, I will keep moving my stop loss up. The first level I'll move it to is my entry price. So let me ask you a question. if the price reverses and hit my stop loss, am I making money or am I losing money or am I breaking even? Okay, break even. But let me ask you this question. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. Because why? Because it protected my capital. Anything that protect my capital, that prevents losses, is a good thing. Okay? Loss costs have funding fee. Yeah, but funding fee are very quite minimal. Okay? So it's good. Okay? Now, but what if, let's say the price keeps going up, and then I move my stop loss right here. And then it reverses from the top and hit this. Maybe because I'm sleeping, I sleep 10 hours, let's say. Okay? It reverses and hit my stop loss. Am I profiting, losing money, or am I break even? Profit, correct? Now the thing is, a lot of people say, why do you put stop loss to entry? Why do you just put here? But you have to remember, price always move in retracing pattern, which basically it moves like this. You always have to come down, eats liquidity, and come back up and come down. I don't want when it goes all the way down, take my stop loss before I can make the maximum profit. You get what I'm saying? So I'm always be very cautious where I put my stop loss. And always remember this, when you put your stop loss, this is very crucial. When you put your stop loss, okay, be mindful not to be too close to where the price is having action, okay? When you're starting out, remember I put here, I'll move the next level here, and then I'll move it to entry. The moment I go to entry, I feel safe because the worst thing that can happen is break even. If that's making sense, please type in MS for make sense, right? So a lot of people ask, how do you take profit? This is something that I'll teach in Trend Investing Masterclass. But for newbies, what I suggest you to do is just continue to keep moving the stop loss higher and higher and higher until it reverses and hit your stop loss. That for me is the best option where your stop loss becomes a take profit. If you guys are making sense, please type in yes. For those of you who are new to trading, this is your first time trading, you might not understand what I'm saying, but those of you who have done it, let me ask you this question. Is this strategy good or bad? Just for the newbies to know, right? It's a very strong strategy, in fact, very safe strategy. That way you don't lose money or don't even lose a lot of money, right? So for me, it's very simple. If I can prevent you from losing money, the only upside is you can make money, right? The only way is you can make money. So this is my ultimate plan for you guys, right? Always have an SL. Please type in SL in the chat, right? Type in SL in the chat. We love SL. We love stop loss in future trends, okay? Now, number 3 is please use isolated trade. We talked about this yesterday. We need to have protection, right? A lot of people say, when do you use cross? There are times we use cross, but those strategies are high risk. And I wouldn't say that you should use right now because the market is very volatile. I wouldn't suggest cross right now. I would just focus on isolated. Risk management. So when you open up a position on Bybit, on BingX, on Maxi, whatever platform you use, let's say you have $100 in your account, don't go and put in $100 to trade. Okay, that is called all in. Okay, you only do that in casinos, and I don't even suggest you to do that in casinos. My recommendation for you is to do position sizing. Please type in PS in the chat, position sizing, right? So what is position sizing? Position sizing is where if you have $100 in your account, you put an isolated trade with $5, that's it. Maybe a leverage of 5 times, 10 times. So your trade is $50, right? So $5 at risk. You only risk $5. Why? Because if we make a mistake, and we will make a mistake, when we make a mistake, we only lose 5% of our account. And when we lose 5% of our account, we can recover that 5% because the next trade, I only need to make 10% and I'm up. You get what I'm saying? But if I risk 50% of my size, 50% of my wallet, right? It's very hard for me to recover and I'm going to be very depressed. If that makes sense to you, please type in MS for make sense, right? So just listen to me, please. A lot of people don't listen to me and then they blow their account and then they blame me. Please, this is my trading rules, okay? I will never stray away from this. This is my format. This is how I do things. And for those of you who are newbie, you consider yourself a newbie, right? My suggestion for you is open a lot of trades. Don't focus on earning money for your first month. Open a lot of trades. Every day, open 3 to 5 trades. Your goal is not to trade with the highest profits. Your goal is to get used to trading. If that's making sense, please type in MS in the chat. Okay, every day 3 to 5 trades just to get used to it, right? Just to get used to it. Okay, because when opportunity comes, you need to be able to pull the trigger quick. You need to hit the button really quick. You need to know where the buttons are, right? So you need that practice. It's like driving a car. The more you drive, the better you are at it. Same exact thing. Someone was asking, how do you define 2.5% to 5%? 2.5% is for bigger account. I would say more than 5,000 US dollars, I will put 2.5%. Less than 5,000, I'll put 5%. Okay. Okay. By the way, you guys learning something? Just curious. Okay. I want to know whether I'm doing my job well or not, because some people say, oh, I already know this. So easy, so simple, right? First day, a lot of people are like, oh, so simple. You teach basics. Okay. But we have to, because we have a lot of generic people. I hope you guys are valuing this. Okay. One problem we always get is, well, Desmond, I'm so busy. How do I track the Koreans, right? How many of you felt the same way? Oh, I don't have time to be looking at charts the whole time. I don't have time to be looking at CoinMarketCap to see Koreans, Turkish, the Thais, the Indonesians are pumping the coin. How many of you have the same exact thought in your mind as well? Please type in same in the chat, right? Because guys, I mean, the only Korean thing I want is Korean barbecue. I'm not interested in looking at Korean pump and dumps every single day. If you're same, please type in same, right? So actually, myself and Jonathan, we have invented a method which is a bit interesting, but it requires a tool which you kind of need to buy. Okay, but this tool here, probably some of you already have, is a digital smartwatch. How many of you have a smartwatch? Right? If you have a smartwatch, type in me in the chat, right? Like an Apple Watch, I think the Samsung, Huawei type of watch, right? I don't even know. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, right? So, but let me just paint a picture for you. Let's say you wear this watch. This is like my exercise watch, so I'm gonna wear it. Okay, and let's just say that while you're wearing the watch, maybe you're at Disneyland, maybe you're out at shopping mall, maybe you're working out, swimming. What if I tell you suddenly when the Koreans are pumping a coin, right? The Koreans are pumping a coin. Your watch just sounds did it. It tells you Koreans are pumping this coin right now. So then you pick up your phone and then you start looking at your phone, looking at a chart, whether the pivot point has occurred. Then you can decide what you want to do. Do you think that's going to be helpful? Having notification on your watch, right? Please let me know in the chat. Okay, so how we do that is that it's very, very simple. Okay, everyone, you need to understand this. Imagine this: you wear a watch like this, and it tells you what is pumping and what is dumping, right? So Koreans, a lot of them, they use an exchange called Upbit, right? Upbit, okay, which is an exchange specific for Koreans because you can trade with Korean won, and Korean won is the local currency in South Korea. And a message like this will occur on your phone, on your Apple Watch or your Samsung Watch. It says that, hey, SDMX is being pumped in 1 hour chart right now, as you can see here. So how do you do this? It's very, very simple. Please take a picture of this, okay? As long as your watch can have apps, this will work, okay? So Android, iPhones, Apple, no problem. All you need to do is very simple. Make sure you have an X account. Okay, please everyone type X in the chat. X account.